Holly McKhann, realtor, coming to you from a recently completed flip of mine. I just listed it for sale and it's going to the new owners in 2 days. So I wanted to give you guys a look of what it looks like now, as well as some little pictures of what it used to look like. So many people ask me about our house flipping business. Scott, get on in here. I've got Scott, my husband, who is a mastermind behind all of this, including the design. So I don't usually get him in my videos, but today we're going to be able to ask him about the different things he did to this house. All the renovations were done with permits, and we're going to go through the house. But let's start by showing you guys the outside. It certainly didn't look this fresh and clean before. Scott, why don't you tell our viewers what we did here and our
Well,
favorite little floating pads that you
all
like
the
to do.
old concrete was just, 50, 60 years old. So we ripped it all out and redid it. We made these floating pads, which are modern looking. My contractor wanted to put a step in one of them. And I'm like, no, 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 let's reform it and make it flat. Why have a random step? One thing I like to do is I like to make the driveway a little bit wider where possible than the garage door. Because
Yeah,
if you just park two cars here, you can't even, on a regular 16-foot wide driveway, you can't even get out of your car and step on concrete. So I always make it
extra
wider wherever
wide.
possible. So
Yes,
that's
and this
something
is
really.
one of my features I really like that our contractor does. He'll create a board to put the address numbers on to just give it a little extra character and flair. But yeah, let's come inside and check out the inside.
One thing to mention, Holly, is that this, if you remember, had a bunch of stone on it,
Oh
and it
yeah,
was really dated. So we jackhammered it all off and replaced it with this siding to give it a more updated look.
yep.
Put on the new door.
Yeah, look at this door. This is one of our favorite doors. We've used this on multiple homes, and it's got a nice modern contemporary look. And right here, was it raised like this before?
No, it wasn't. It was actually a drop ceiling, so it was extra low, and we
Okay.
vaulted it all and put in the skylight. I love skylights. They bring so much brightness.
Yeah, before it felt like you were walking into a cave with the low ceiling. It was all dark, and now with the skylight and additional recessed lights, it feels better. And then come on in. Now we have a full-on open concept floor plan, incredibly changed. So try and I'm sure you can remember better than me, but didn't there used to be a wall right here where I'm
Yeah,
standing?
there was a big fireplace right here that went on up through the attic. We jackhammered that all the way down. There was a wall here. The kitchen was on the other side. There was just a doorway here. So we put up a bunch of beams. We put up a bunch of beams in this house, and this one big 8x8 post and a new footing. And this post is supporting all of the ceiling and roof above it. So there was a wall here. There was wall here. There was more wall, I think, over here. There was walls everywhere, and we wanted to get rid of all of them. So,
And when this house was built, which was, I think, was it late 60s?
mid 60s.
Mid 60s, that was the style. Everything was chopped up. Even between like dining room and kitchen, there would be a closing door. Everything had doors to hallways, doors to rooms. And now people much prefer the big open concept. One thing to point out is that we call bury the post that's in the room into the island, so it doesn't feel like there's just this one post in the middle of the room. So when we incorporate into the island, it feels less intrusive, less like a post. And this island, I'm assuming, Scott, you did your usual trick of making it the biggest size possible for a prefabricated piece of quartz.
Yeah, so the prefabricated quartz comes from China. They create the edges, the polished edges, and everything in China where it's cheaper to do, and they ship it, and it comes in lengths that are 9 feet. So all of our islands are 9 feet or slightly under. I would never ever do a 9'6" island because then I'm going to be into custom slabs, and
And you'd have a seam.
it's just a lot. Well, or I do that, or I do a custom slab, which would be a lot more expensive.
Yes, so this is more cost efficient. As you come around here, you'll see also, so there is a big space right here, which I did have one person tell me in their feedback, since I'm the listing agent, that they didn't like how much space there is here. But we have almost a space this big in our personal home, and I love it. Because watch this. When the fridge is open and there's someone here, someone can still walk by and you're not trying to squeeze past someone in a tight quarters. And you've got a dishwasher. When the dishwasher's open, you just have a lot of space. So why did we push it this far over? Because we had to get the post into the island. But we love how it came out, that you've got a lot of space. This is another feature that we put in most of our homes that we do. It's called the drawer microwave, and it must be unplugged right now. But the drawer microwave just gets the microwave off the counter. It's really cool looking. They're about $1,400. They're not cheap, but that's a feature that we think is well worth putting in. We also do the big pots and pan drawers that are extra deep, and then they have the soft close feature. And this gold hardware has been really popular for us. I put it in a house a year or so ago, and ever since then, we just keep reusing it. It's very popular. The gold is definitely on trend. So we do a gold light fixture to match the gold there. And over here, you'll see we have a gold faucet. The faucet is actually called Champagne Bronze. That's a Delta one, right?
Yeah.
So that's the color of it, so it's not like a super bright orangey gold. Scott, this is like a little bit larger of a stove than we usually do, huh?
Yeah, a normal stove, a standard stove is 30 inches. This is 48 inches. So it's, you know, a standard stove is probably about that wide. So we wanted to put in an upgraded range in this house.
Yeah, so extra big, you got a griddle on here. So extra big, extra luxurious. And here we did a custom built to match hood. We use the same materials as the cabinets are made out of, just to give it that elevated finished look. What else can we say? We got pantry over there. People always want a pantry.
We added well, if we're leaving the kitchen, we added a laundry over there. We took space out of the family room.
Okay.
Because before the laundry was in the garage, and people don't like laundry in the garage. So
okay,
the family room used to go to here, but we built this space on the other side here. You can go around and see. So we put a indoor laundry here. So we had to cut the slab and bring the drainage and plumbing over, and this is going to get doors. We're not 100% done.
So one thing that I hear from buyers as an active realtor is they don't like garage laundry. So we did design this to have indoor laundry, but funny enough, the buyers and we ended up choosing for this home, and yes, when I say choose, we had 4 offers over asking, so we did have to choose who we wanted to buy it, obviously dictated by the highest price. But anyway, they said they didn't want the inside laundry, they're gonna keep garage laundry, so we just put in the shelf and pull for them to have for a coat closet, and we're going to put doors on it for them. And they like that this is there maybe for the future, but they're not going to use it right now. So let's check out this bathroom. So this one's a little unusual in that it's got 2 vanities. We turned this one sideways to give it a little bit more space, and we have a solar tube. There's no lights on in this room. Just the natural sunlight coming through the solar tube is what's lighting up this room. Scott, flip on the lights for me if you would. So we have 2 good sized vanities for this bathroom. And then we always put at least 1 tub in the house. I will have probably 10% of my buyers, usually ladies, say they really want a tub. Additionally, if it's someone that's got children that ends up buying the house, they gotta have a tub to bathe the kids. And a lot of times I will leave the glass off if it's like a regular tub between walls, so that a mommy bathing the little babies isn't worried about extra hardware that gets in the way and the glass doors. But these buyers wanted this type of shower enclosure, so that's what we did for them. So this ended up being a pretty good sized secondary bath. And then we have one more little storage closet in here, which we have set up to be a coat closet. And there's 2 bedrooms at the end of this hall. We do the mirrored doors usually. And the other thing we do is we always put in 4 can lights. It's important that you get them a little bit away from the center junction box. We put the junction box in up there in case someone wants to put in a ceiling fan. If you put them too close to the ceiling fan, it makes a strobe effect, which is not really ideal. So, and then we did new doors, of course, shaker style wood doors, black hardware. The hardware throughout the home for the most part is black. We did gold in the kitchen, but you can definitely mix metals according to the designers I consult with and what I see out there. So this bedroom, also 4-pack of can lights, mirror closet door. The flooring throughout is luxury vinyl plank. Personally, I prefer a wood look floor that doesn't have a lot of variation. It's really neutral and tight joints. That's my personal favorite. There are probably thousands of different floors that you can pick, but we do 9-inch wide, nice neutral, medium to light color, tight joints between them, and not a lot of variation, just to keep it neutral. Sometimes on the floors, I'll see that people pick, it might look like almost stripy, like I call it a zebra floor. If there's a lot of variation, it goes dark light, it's just a lot. So now we're gonna go take a look at well, we can go to the family room next. Is there anything to point out in here?
Well, we put in this wide open
door.
door.
Why don't you open that,
Sure.
Show the viewers what it's like. So the panoramic or accordion doors that open all the way up let so much light and air in. It's so nice. Instantly you can feel the breeze. And it just lets you have that indoor, outdoor living experience if that's something that you're interested in. And these doors, we get them in predetermined sizes. It wasn't a custom thing, so that's what makes it more affordable if you can buy it already made off the rack versus doing something custom.
Yep.
Once again, you'll see lots of recessed lights throughout. That's super important that you're getting good light in a home. And
so one thing we love about this neighborhood is it's mostly single-story homes.
Yes.
So we love the single-story homes. Older people love them, and they're easy to sell. So if you come out here, you see we did new concrete in the back. We did new landscaping. It's a beautiful view, distance view. And actually, we flipped that house.
Oh yeah,
down behind us about 18 months ago. We
yeah.
did that house.
Yeah, we did that one. So we were excited when this one came up. We're like, oh, we're going to do another one in the neighborhood. We did new white vinyl fencing. That's a nice contrast with the black bark that we like to put in for landscaping. Do a nice easy care landscape, low maintenance for, of course, the new buyers can put in whatever they want. But yeah, we ripped out a lot of shrubs and overgrowth.
Well, if you remember, there was actually there was like a little wall here, and this was elevated, and we brought in a bobcat and ripped all of it out to extend the yard. It probably extended the yard about 10 more feet.
Oh, nice.
Actually, it was really small before.
Makes it a lot more usable. Okay, let's go in and keep going on the tour. This is kind of an interesting room. It used to be outside the house. So before, like a long time ago, someone had previously enclosed it well before we purchased it. And I mean, right now we have it staged as like a dining area. I think it could be really well used to be like another bedroom or an office. But why did we keep it open? We kept it open because if we had closed this in, it would have felt really dark and not as open. So maybe somebody in the future would put glass doors and keep this as an office, but it's one more extra room. As the home is now, it's 3 bedrooms, not counting that room. So let's go see the primary suite. So if you come in and stand over there, you will see that we've got a really nice big opening slider door with a little bit of nice views. You cannot quite see the ocean, but the ocean's that direction. So the primary suite, like the other bedrooms, gets the can lights, pre-wired for a ceiling fan if that's something someone wants, and it opens directly to the bathroom. So we have a walk-in closet here. We did build it out with some drawers and stuff. We got those from IKEA. We really like IKEA closet stuff. And if you come in here around the corner, you'll see we have a freestanding tub. Freestanding tubs are very popular. We did the black hardware, this tile that we love. We even have this in our own personal house. I love this fluted tile. It looks great in showers and on walls. So it just wraps all the way around, making this whole wall feel extra big.
Something to point out is we did a lot of reconfiguring in here.
Yeah.
There used to be a hallway here. Over here was a hallway, 3 foot, 3.5 feet wide. And I hate hallways. They're just a waste of space. Anywhere I can, I want to get rid of them. So used to be able to go down to the other two bedrooms and a hallway here, but we got rid of it and we were able to give that extra space to the master bathroom here. So we had a much bigger shower and an added tub. And we also reconfigured, before there was just like a regular closet with a couple of bypass doors. Everyone wants a walk-in. The walk-in is small, but it is a walk-in. So we were able to create some space to make that walk-in as well.
That's definitely one of the biggest challenges that I hear from buyers that are looking at these 1960s and 70s homes is there weren't walk-in closets. That just wasn't a thing with floor plans in the olden days. So wherever we can create a walk-in closet, we do. And sometimes, like in another flip we're working on now in Dana Point, we've stolen an entire bedroom near to the primary suite to make a walk-in closet for it. Here we just didn't have that much space, but this is a nice improvement. Nice dual vanity as well as a separate toilet area. So that's it. That's our tour. Thanks, Scott, for coming along. Anything else you want to talk about with this house?
Nope.
Okay, make sure you subscribe to catch new ones because Scott is always working on more houses.